And after talks with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris at the White House, Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu is now off to Florida. He'll meet with Donald Trump, who says Israel should end the war in Gaza quickly because of the bad publicity. Trump's new running mate is also copping some bad press, sparked by Jennifer Aniston. She slammed him online after comments he made in 2021 about women who'd never given birth resurfaced.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too.
On Instagram, Jennifer voiced her disbelief, saying she prayed JD Vance's daughter is, quote, fortunate enough to bear children of her own one day. She also said, I hope she will not need to turn to IVF as a second option because you are trying to take that away from her too. Joining us to discuss all things US politics, Republican Governor of the US state of Indiana, Eric Holcomb, joins us. Governor, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you taking the time.
Took me a while, but I'm here. It's great to be with you.
And you are here promoting your state of Indiana. Has there been anywhere that you've visited so far that's actually reminded you of home?
Everywhere I go, we're known for our Hoosier hospitality, and the warmth is infectious in such a positive way. And so it really is kind of like being at home, and I want to take everybody I meet back to Indiana and show us off as well.
And how have you found the reception has been for Australians? Like, your perception of how Australians are taking to the US at the moment?
I'm going to my first footy game tonight, so maybe you should ask me this tomorrow morning, and I'll have a different opinion. But no, there's so much talent here that's aligned with where we want to go as well, and we'll go a lot further and a lot faster if we do it together. And so when you go meet with Telix, or you meet with Rux, or you meet with SunDrive, and you're talking about renewable energy and how we're going to power the world, the future of mobility, the future of nutrition, how you treat cancer. These are areas where we're working on it as well. And if you can connect the dots and bring them together, good things tend to happen.
Well, it seems like you're very busy here in Australia, but I don't know if you heard there is an election going on in your home country of America as well. I know. And there's been a lot of news, a lot of stuff has been happening.
I had to come this far
to find out.
to learn that. Okay.
One of the biggest stories of the last couple of weeks is obviously President Joe Biden saying he's not going to seek re-election. How are you as a Republican feeling about taking on, or your party taking on, Kamala Harris?
Well, there's different levels and different branches of government. I tend to stay very focused on the job that I have. It's enough. I think that if you looked at the polling, if you were an observer of data, you would have concluded that former President Donald Trump was ahead in the polls. And so whatever personal or professional reason, President Biden chose to step down and allow someone else to take the reins. We'll see who that will be officially. Sure looks like it's going to be the vice president. But look, it's July. I keep telling people back home, it's July. This is an eternity in American politics, over 100 days. Anything can happen. If you think of all that's happened in just July, I can't wait to see what happens in August, so stay buckled up.
Do you follow politics around the world as closely as we in Australia here follow what's going on there?
I do. I try to, I should say. And it's not unique. You know, people tend to almost view American politics as reality TV. Sometimes they binge on it. Sometimes they can't go a day without
Can I make a point here? You did vote a reality star as president?
Well, maybe that goosed it along.
Yes.
But it happens around the world. People are more connected with it. It happens in India. It happens in every continent. I've been on 6 continents so far as governor, and maybe it'll be 7 by the time I'm done. I've still got, I don't know,
Antarctica to go, I guess?
It's not far from here.
Antarctica?
Very close to Antarctica.
That's the one to go, yeah.
Now, as a Republican, why are you so nice?
Well, I'm in a good mood about good news.
Because it feels to me, from where I sit, Republicans have fallen under the shadow of Trump, who has taken it a lot further to the right than maybe you would have been in the past. And it seems to have changed the perception a little bit of the party in general.
Well, if you were to look at kind of my last 7.5+ years, you'd see that I've tried to remain very disciplined, very focused on being civil, try to be a statesman about the business that we conduct, And I stay focused on our plan. I don't try to get dragged in by distractions. I always say, my dog used to chase a lot of squirrels. It gets very tiring just to watch a dog chase a squirrel. Why would I want to do that if it doesn't ever amount to anything productive? And so I kind of tend to my own knitting, and that's why the state of Indiana has grown. We're the #1 manufacturing state in America. We grow things, we make things, we ship things. Now we're increasingly getting into creating things, and that's why we need partners, the best of the best, like in Australia, throughout Australia, to partner together.
Would you ever run for president?
Of what?
Of your
Like
country.
the hair club for men?
No, I mean, you've got great. It looks amazing. It's everywhere.
I wasn't looking for I have no desire to do that.
You don't have a desire to run for president at any point.
You think I need a checkup from the neck up? What, like?
Is it? How could
I'm not
you be?
driven. I'm not driven by that kind of attention. I want to get stuff done.
Okay, well, what about this? JD Vance, the vice presidential nominee for the Republican Party, has come out and his quote about Kamala Harris as a childless cat lady, which fired up Jennifer Aniston because someone who has had difficulties with bearing children. As someone who is a childless father of a dog, how do you feel about JD's comments as a vice presidential nominee?
Sure. I think that rightly, every comment we make, myself, JD Vance, anyone that's running for public office, to be a public servant should seek to serve all equally. And I will be held accountable for the statements that I make. And I try not to be insensitive about them.
Please, run. Have a crack at it. Just have a crack.
Have a crack.
Have a crack at being...
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Well, that's true. It has been a bit treacherous lately for people running for office, so fair enough.
This is where you announced it as well. You announced it here on Australian television. I'm running for president. It'd be great.
I'll make you a deal. If I do, I'll do it here.
Or at the footy. Do it at the footy.
Governor, I have to ask you, Australia is arguably the greatest country on earth, unless you are arguing with an American. If you could take one thing back that you've learned here, that you've seen here, that you enjoy, what would you take back to Indiana and to America?
We're trying to get at this, but the way that you have aligned talent is flat out impressive. And when you get so many people that have a sense of purpose and really appreciate how fortunate and blessed you are to live in a place that is so livable, that's renowned around the world for being one of the best places to live, work, play, study, stay, retire. I mean, I'd take up surfing too if I lived here, and so I think that appreciation, but that alignment of talent, so that when you're going through each day, I can already tell the chemistry that you all have. It's pretty darn cool, quite frankly.
Yeah.
It's a very charming man.
Yeah.
Look at this. Very charming.
AUS. Governor Eric Holcomb, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for
Great to be with you guys.
I thought you might take our accent back.
Ooh. Good day.
Nailed it.
There it is.
You do have great hair. You have great hair. I'm not going to lie, you've got great hair.